The title of my presentation this afternoon is called When to Go, When to Stop, and When to Proceed with Caution in Life. When to go, when to stop, and when to proceed with caution in life. Deuteronomy 30 verse 15 reads, "See, I have set before thee life and good, death and evil." Ladies and gentlemen, there are moments that you arrive at in life that will require you to have wisdom, to know when to go, when to stop, and when to proceed with caution. This afternoon, we are going to talk about traffic lights as a background to my presentation. Traffic lights are known in the USA and some parts of the world as traffic signals, traffic lamps, signal lamps, and stoplights. In South Africa and Zimbabwe, and in most parts of Africa, we know them as robots or traffic control signals, for those of us that want to be a bit more technical. For this presentation, I'm going to use the name robots or traffic control lights. Traffic control signals are signaling devices positioned at road intersections, pedestrian crossings, and other locations to control the flow of traffic. The world's first traffic light was manually operated. It was a gas-lit signal which was installed in London in December of 1868. It exploded less than a month after it was implemented, injuring the operator, who was a policeman. A man by the name of Ernest Serrin patented the first automated control system in 1910 in the United States of America. The system used the words stop and proceed, although neither of the two words was illuminated. The purpose of a traffic light is to alternate the right of way accorded to users by illuminating lamps of standard colors, which are red, green, and yellow. These colors are a universal color code. Anywhere you go in the world, they mean the same thing in the traffic control world. The robot sequence is designed to bring order in the flow and movement of traffic. If you are a driver, when you are driving a vehicle, one of the most important principles that you need to know is the robot sequence, green, amber, red. For those of you that got licenses in the 90s or probably in the 80s, a lot of people failed their provisional driver's license because of the green, amber, red concept. Green means go, or you may proceed. You have the right of way. Red means stop and give way to oncoming traffic. Amber, which is yellow, means stop or only proceed if it is safe to do so. These three signals are very important in the life of a driver for the following reasons. Number one, failure for any driver to comply with these signals may result in chaos and confusion in the road. Number two, failure for a driver to comply to these signals may also result in a road traffic accident occurring. Did you know that according to road traffic accident statistics, a majority of accidents happen at traffic control lights internationally? Number three, failure for a driver to comply with these three signals may result in his or her own delay and delaying other road users. Number four, failure for a driver to comply with these signals may result in the driver attracting himself a traffic fine. So it is important for every driver to obey the traffic light control system. Brethren, this afternoon, Life is like a driver in a vehicle on a journey. And on this journey, the driver in the vehicle will come across traffic control lights. In my presentation this afternoon, we are going to relate metaphorically each of the traffic lights, green, amber, and red, to moments you will arrive in life and how to deal with them. So on this journey called life, the first light that you will come across is the red light. Somebody say the red light. Red light. In your life, you will come across what I'm going to call this afternoon red light moments. The red light moment requires you to stop. A red light means danger. Don't proceed. Stop. Even if there is no traffic, the principle is that you must stop at a red light. There are moments in life we are going to come across where God will clearly tell you, don't do this, don't go there, stop. It's a red light moment. But we don't listen. We want to have our own way. It is a dangerous mission to pass through a red robot. There are consequences of passing through a red light moment in life. Some of the consequences of passing through a red light moment. Number one, passing through a red light moment puts you at risk of an accident. In other words, disobedience to God's instructions has repercussions. It's a red light moment. Doing something that God clearly forbids you to do will cost you. And like an accident at a robot, certain actions will not only cost you, but other people that you are carrying in your vehicle, in your vision, in life. So before you pass through a red robot moment, think of the people that you are carrying as a leader in your organization. Think of the people that you are carrying as the head of the house. Think of the people that will be affected by your actions. There are certain actions that we take when God is telling us to stop. And these actions do not only affect us, but they affect everyone around us. There are certain transactions that God will clearly tell you and show you at red light, but you don't listen. You proceed anyhow. And before you know it, boom, it's an accident. Not only will you be the one affected, but everyone that you are carrying in your vehicle, in this example, everyone that you are carrying in your life will be affected because you have passed through a red light moment. This can be your family. This can be your organization or employees and also other road users or people that might be benefiting directly from your vision or indirectly will be inconvenienced and possibly lose their lives because of a decision you have made to go through a red robot moment. A red robot moment is a moment in life that you arrive at where God will clearly tell you, don't go, stop, there is danger, but you proceed. How many decisions have we seen in our own country, both in the private sector and in the public sector, where one man's decision affects the entire organization, one man's decision affects the entire country, simply because that individual could not stop when his conscience clearly warned him that what he was doing was wrong. This conscience clearly told him, this is a red robot. You are carrying a bus full of people. You are a minister. Your decision will affect millions. Don't go through this red robot. Where a CEO, your conscience clearly tells you, and it is the Lord telling you, don't go. This is a red robot moment. Don't make this decision. Don't make this investment. But you proceed through a red robot. Whenever you get to moments in life where God shows you a red robot, do not proceed. Not only do you put your own life at risk, but the lives of those that you are carrying in your vision. The second consequence of passing through a red robot is that you are at risk of paying heavy fines. In many parts of the world, especially developed countries, traffic light cameras detect vehicles which pass through lights after they've turned red by using sensors or ground loops that are in the road. When traffic lights are on red, the system becomes active and the camera is ready to photograph any car that passes over the trigger. At the end of the month, you will receive a statement with a breakdown of the fine that you're supposed to pay. I long for the day that this system is going to be in Zimbabwe. It's going to be a very interesting day. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, many times in life, we pass through red robots. We do things we are not supposed to do with the consolation that no one is watching. Let me just pass through. Let me just do it. I'm here to burst your bubble. God will be watching. And at some point, a statement will be presented to you. What you sow in secret, you will reap in public. All these years you've been going through road robots. No one has been watching. One day, you are going to reap an accident and it will become apparent to the whole world. It will catch up with you. God sees every transaction you do, what you do in secret and you think no one is watching. There is someone that is watching. 5 lessons about red light moments in life. Number 1, when you get at a red robot moment in life where God is telling you not to do something or go somewhere, even if you are in a hurry, relax. Your time and your turn is going to come. Somebody say your turn is going to come. Your turn is going to come. I know you are in a hurry to get to success. I know you have school fees and salaries to pay. Don't be in a hurry that pushes you to ignore a red robot. It's better to be late than to be the late. Wait for your time. Wait for the robot to turn green. Your time will come. Don't take shortcuts. Shortcuts are often short-sighted. A shortcut will cut you short. The other day I was reading a story of the great Robert Wood Johnson. Many of us know Robert Wood Johnson. He's now late. He was the founder and first chairman of Johnson & Johnson, one of the largest companies in the world. He was known to be very attentive to detail. He was a perfectionist. He wanted things to be done, products to be produced according to a certain standard. And so most of his plant managers feared the day that he would show up at a plant. And so on one occasion, one of his plant manager, who was working in a plant that manufactured rolls of tissues, 30 minutes before, he received a tip that the chairman was going to visit the plant. So some of the rolls of tissues that were substandard, he decided to put them on top of the roof. 30 minutes before the chairman came. And so then the chairman arrived. And he was very furious. And he went to the plant manager and he said, "What the hell do I see on top of my roof?" He was in shock. How was the plant manager going to know that Mr. Wood was going to come in his private helicopter? Shortcuts are short-sighted. Shortcuts will cut you short. It costed him his job. Don't take shortcuts. It's a red robot moment. Number 2 lesson about red robot moments in life. You do not fall into an accident the first time you go through a red robot. First time you succeed. Second time you succeed. Third time you succeed. And it will become a habit. And no one will be watching you. No one will be seeing. But one day, when you least expect, boom! If today you decide to sleep with a prostitute or to have an affair with a married somebody, it's a red robot. It's a no-go area. Not only are you putting your own life at risk, but your wife, your husband, or your children you are carrying in the vehicle of your life. The thing about going through a red robot is that the first time you go through a red robot, you are very careful. So in this example of sleeping with a prostitute or with a married somebody, the first time you are careful enough to use a condom. The second time you are careful enough to use a condom. The third time you are careful enough to use a condom. It's like a driver carefully checking before crossing a red robot. The fourth time, you become too familiar and relaxed. You begin to develop an emotional connection with this woman or somebody. And in other words, you become a regular. When you become a regular at something, inevitably trust is developed. The fifth time, you think you know this girl or this man so well. You think you know the red robot too well, and you decide to cross without checking because it has become a habit. In this example, you decide to sleep with him or her the fifth time without a condom. Guess what? Boom! It's an accident. You get yourself HIV. Boom! It's an accident. You're all over social media, prominent businessmen caught with someone's wife. It's a red robot moment. Be careful. Don't pass through a red robot moment. You've been going through red robot all your life and you think you are a master. But it's going to catch up with you. If you have been stealing from your employer and you have not been caught, you're like someone who's been going through a red robot. If you have been stealing from your customers and you have not been caught, you've been going through a red robot. Be careful. It's going to catch up with you one day when you least expect. Number 3, a red robot moment is a test of your character and integrity. How you handle a red robot moment in life is a reflection to God if you can be trusted. Joseph was trusted because when he came through a red robot called Potiphar's wife, he did not pass even though both sides he had no oncoming traffic. No one was watching. He knew if I sleep with this woman, no one will know. From one commentary I read, Potiphar's wife was extremely beautiful and seductive. She would put on special perfumes. You can imagine the situation that Joseph was in. Joseph could have slept with her, and no one could have ever known. But because of principle, Joseph ran away with his life. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, a red robot moment is a test of your character and integrity. Sometimes God will take you through a red robot moment to test the condition of your heart before you are elevated to the next level. So anytime you see a red robot, it's a test. Anytime you come through a red robot moment in life, it's a test for your own elevation. Somebody say, it's a red light moment. Lord, help me not to proceed. Number 4, if you do an analysis of some of the misfortunes that you have experienced in your life, you will discover that a lot of times it was because of violating a principle by going through a red robot moment. God told you, stop, don't go into business with that person, but you did not listen. And the end result was an accident and you lost all the money. A lot of some of the challenges you are dealing with right now as we are speaking is because you went through red robot moments in your past. The Lord told you, do not go into a relationship with this person. Do not go into a partnership with this person. But you believed that you would change that person. You believed that you would monitor that person. Boom! You found yourself losing in the process. It's a red robot. All signals are there. Red speaks of danger. Red speaks of blood. But you don't listen. And the sad thing is some of us as we are speaking are still going through red robots. After this meeting, someone sitting under the sound of my voice is going to go through a red robot. Is it not sad? How to avoid going through red robots in life? Number 1, don't ignore your conscience. Any driver will tell you that anytime you're tempted to go through a red robot or you go through a red robot, your heart beats even if there's no oncoming traffic. Your heart beats. Don't ignore your conscience, that still and small voice that tells you don't go there, don't work with that person, don't do that. It's a red robot moment. If you proceed, you're at risk of a major accident. Number 2, how to avoid going through red robots in life. Set standards. To avoid going through red robot moments in life, set standards and principles of things that you don't do, no matter how enticing they are. Some of you don't have standards. Colossians 3:21 says, and whatsoever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. There are 3 standards that we all face in life. The first standard is, do not follow the standard of popular opinion. Do something because it's right, not because everyone else is doing it in the market. The second standard, do not follow the standard of feelings and emotions. They are misleading. Be rational and wise in your decision making. Number 3, do not act just because it feels right. You must think carefully first. In life, you must follow after the standard that is based on God's word. Have you been living your life according to God's standard set in his words? Have you been compromising in certain areas of your life? Going through red robots on this journey called life, you need to be very careful of red light moments. They are dangerous. On this journey called life, the second light that you will come across is the green light. It's the green light. You will come across the green light. Somebody say the green light. The green light means go. Some of you are waiting on God when in actual fact God is waiting on you. In the journey of your life, you need to recognize moments when God is saying go. There are opportunities that you are sitting on that God has given you the green light. The danger of not going when you are at a green light is that you do not only delay yourself, but you delay the people that your vision is carrying, the people that are in your vehicle, in your vision. Some of you are driving a Toyota Corolla, maybe it's 5 people in your vision, in your vehicle, but some of you are carrying 85 people. You're a minister, you're responsible for the lives of millions of people. In life, if you do not take up certain opportunities that God presents before you, not only do you delay your own success, but you delay the success of other people that you are carrying that are dependent on getting to their destination through you. It's a green light moment. Can you not see? If you delay to build your business, not only are you delaying your own success and comfortable life, but you're delaying the well-being of hundreds of orphans out there who in God's plan are meant to go to school through your support. But you're delaying them. The people behind you are hooting, beep, beep. People are telling you, start this business. You've got the grace, start this business. Wakami Rechi, beep, beep, beep. And you've become so used and accustomed to this noise that you're ignoring people. Why are you stopping at a green robot? You must go. Can you not see that God has opened that opportunity for you? Why give an excuse when the signal is very clear that it's your turn? There's a Shona proverb that says, why die of thirst while standing in water? Can you not see this is a gold mine opportunity? But you're still waiting on God. Somebody say, sorry maningi. 5 lessons about a green light moment. The thing about a green light moment is that if God gives you a green light to do something and you do not take advantage of it, the green light is going to turn amber and then red. You will be lucky if it turns amber before it goes red. Some robots move from green to red. They don't have an amber. In other words, some opportunities don't have a grace period. You only have one chance from a green to a red. Don't sleep on certain opportunities that God will present before you. Seize that moment. Some of you right now, as I'm speaking, God gave you an opportunity that can change your life forever. But you're not doing anything about it. If you do not act now, very soon it's going to be amber. And before you know it, red. If you don't act now, that green light in your life, you're going to regret when the door closes and the robot turns green. And you find yourself in a situation where you have to wait for 5 years before it turns green again. You've missed an opportunity. It's a green light moment. One man once said, the opportunity of a lifetime lasts within the lifetime of the opportunity. You must therefore seize it whilst it's still there. Because some opportunities are seasonal. There are certain seasons in life that God will release a specific grace for you to do something. If you miss that moment, you are doomed. If you don't respond to an opportunity that God has presented before you, the door is going to close. And you're going to have to wait until the cycle when the robot goes to amber, red, and then green. Some of you, 5 years ago, you had an opportunity to be a millionaire. It was a green light moment. You missed it. Sadly, it might take 5 years before you get another opportunity like that. Can you repeat after me? Lord, help me not to miss my green light moment. We all know the story of the 4 lepers that sat at the city gates and one day decided to go into the city to possess. If these lepers had not responded to that green light moment and opportunity, they would have died on the city gates. 5 lessons about green light moments as we rush. Lesson number 2. When God gives you a green light, it means he has instructed every other vehicle and vision, either on your left or on your right, to stop and give you way. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, nothing can stop what God has blessed. When God gives you an instruction, don't fear. It's your green light. Nothing can interfere with God's plan and agenda for your life. What God has blessed, there's no man that can curse. Victor Hugo once said, not even the greatest army in the world can stop an idea whose time has come. That bubbling and excitement in your spirit when you think of that opportunity is a sign that it's a green light moment. Lesson number 3, when you get to a green light moment, do not procrastinate or give excuses. Just proceed. The challenge with most of us is that we have become so accustomed to bad news, closed doors, so much that when God opens a door before us, we fail to recognize that this is an open door. Instead of going through the green door that God has opened, we get busy analyzing. Is it a green light? It's too good to be true. Can't you see it's a green light? Can't you see it's your opportunity? But you're busy analyzing and speculating before you know it. The opportunity is gone. Somebody say, don't analyze too much. Lesson 4. Some green light moments require you to cooperate with someone else going through a green light moment. There are cases as a driver where the robot is green, giving you access to go, but you have to drive to the center and allow oncoming traffic on your right, also experiencing a green light moment to pass, and then you turn and you proceed. Drivers, are we here? The principle is this: never fight a man that God is blessing. Respect someone's green light moment in as much as you want them to respect your green light moment. Christians, many times we fight against each other, yet we are one team. Strive Masiwa's success is your success. Your success is Strive Masiwa's success. We are all brothers and sisters in Christ on the same mission to advance the kingdom. Don't fight another man's green light moment. Allow him to pass, and then you pass. Strive is going to succeed first. He's going to pass through first, and then you're going to pass. But you want to go first. When one of us makes it, we have all made it. So we need to learn to celebrate each other. Somebody say to the person next to you, give way to an oncoming brethren. Lesson 5 about a green light moment. Inasmuch as you are experiencing a green light moment, approach the green light moment with caution, because there are some people that don't have principles, that don't respect the red light, and that might want to interfere with your green light moment. What am I saying? When God gives you an opportunity, a green light moment, in as much as it's an open door, be careful of evildoers. The Bible says, be as wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. In as much as God had given Strive Masiwa, for example, a green light to start a telecoms company, Strive had to deal with people on the other side of the road that did not respect his green light, that wanted to go through a red robot by asking him for bribes and trying to fight him to get a license. Whenever God gives you a green light moment, be prepared to deal with people that do not respect traffic principles. Are we together? That do not respect life principles, that do not respect another man's green light moment. Always approach a green light with wisdom. Tell the person next to you, always approach a green light with wisdom. On this journey called life, as you drive along life, the third light that you come across, is an ember. Somebody say an ember. Ember means only proceed if it is safe to do so. I'm rushing to a close. Ember also means the opportunity for those that are supposed to pass. He has passed. But if you really want it so bad, you can proceed. In other words, amber means those that deserve the opportunity. You've taken it when it was green. But saying that you are desperate to get to where you want to go, you can go. But do it with caution. Do it with wisdom. Sometimes God will give you an amber opportunity. Somebody say grace. Grace. But the thing with an amber moment is that the time that the amber reflects is not as long as a green light. Are we together? It's not as long as the green. When God gives you an opportunity that you don't deserve, get hold of it fast. Don't procrastinate. I was listening to Strive Masiwa's testimony the other day, and he shared his testimony on how he started a telecoms company in Botswana. He was informed by his wife, but just before the close of the tender, that there's an opportunity to run a telecoms company in Botswana. And he almost refused because it was almost the close of the tender. And so his wife bought the ticket without him knowing, and he said, "There is the ticket, fly to Botswana." He flew to Botswana with all the documents and submitted his papers. And today, Mascom, Masiwa Communications, is the largest telecoms company in Botswana. It was an amber moment that he took advantage of. The thief on the cross next to Jesus, that thief, he had millions of opportunities. He had millions of green light moments during his life to give his life to the Lord. But he had realized an amber moment. And he seized that amber moment. And what did Jesus say? He said, "This very night you'll be with me in?" It was an amber moment. But the other thief did not recognize that this is an amber moment. It's not as long as the green light. It's not as long as the life I lived before I was caught. It was an amber moment. 5 lessons about an amber moment as I rush to a close. Lesson number 1. An amber moment is an opportunity that comes for a very short time, but sometimes come with a risk. It sometimes comes with a risk. Certain opportunities that God will present before you will require you to take certain risks. It's an amber moment. Number 2, only attempt to go through an amber if you approach the robots just after it has turned amber from green. If you see an amber from a distance, don't try and beat it. You will crash. You are driving and you can see the amber maybe 100 meters away. Don't try to beat it. You will crash. What am I saying? Certain opportunities that you get information on short notice, be careful. You live to regret it. There are cases, for example, where someone tells you, do you know, people are exporting mazoe to Australia. They are on demand. You can make a profit after landing cost and everything of $20 per 2 liter of mazoe. It's a, but then another reliable source tells you that, you know what, the Ministry of Trade is about to put an embargo on the export of mazoe. But you ignore this other voice. And before you know it, you invest 20,000. You sell your house to invest into buying mazoe with 20,000 US. By the time you get to the robots, it's red. You crashed. Mazoe crash. Right into oncoming traffic. Do not ever attempt to beat an amber from a distance. A lot of times, you have made poor investment decisions in your life. You could see it was an ember, and you knew you would not make it, but you chose to ignore, and in the process, crashed. When approaching an ember in life, only proceed when it is safe to do so. Number 3, an ember moment is not as long as a green light moment. Ember opportunities are locked up in a very short time frame. You have to move fast. When God gives you a second chance, do not mismanage the opportunity. It's an amber opportunity that God has given you. It's grace that is at work. It's grace that is at work. It might take 5 years before it comes back to green. Some of you right now as I'm speaking, there's an amber opportunity, but you are treating it as a green light moment. You need to take advantage of it now. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, as you are driving through the journey of life, pray that God gives you wisdom. Pray that God gives you wisdom to recognize an ember, to recognize a red robot, where God is saying, don't go, don't go, don't go. You're putting your life at risk. You're putting the life of the people that you're carrying at risk. Don't ignore such moments. Don't ignore moments where God gives you an ember, opportunities, grace. Take advantage of that opportunity. Don't ignore green light moments as if they are here to stay and to last forever. It's your season, it's your opportunity. Green light moments when you're supposed to go. Ember moments when you're supposed to proceed, but with caution. Red light moments when you're supposed to stop. However, sometimes while driving in the journey of life, you arrive at traffic lights that are not working. Who has ever been in a moment where it seems like the traffic lights are not working? According to the highway code, when you get to a non-working traffic, what do? You give way on your? Are we together? Somebody say on your right. Sometimes in life, when God seems like he's not speaking concerning a situation, when it is not clear whether it's green, red, or amber, use your own discretion. Do what is right. Somebody say, do what is right. You must give way to oncoming traffic on your right. Analyze both sides of the road. If I go, the car is too close. That car is too close, so let me not go. If I take this decision, many people will be hurt, so let me not go. May God bless you richly as you drive your vision in the journey of life, and may He give you the wisdom to manage these moments in life. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen. My name is Albert B.K. Mapfumo. I'm a Zimbabwean entrepreneur, author, and motivational speaker. You can contact me on the following email address, albert@thedaysword.com, or you can also follow me on my Facebook page, Albert B.K. Mapfumo. Thank you and stay blessed.